What's up, everybody? This is Kate Scott, TV play-by-play announcer for the Philadelphia 76ers and a proud Cal alum. This is Bay Area Sports Wrap. Go Bears.
It would probably have something to do with the fines. I would change something about the fining system. I feel like we get penalized for just about everything that comes with the emotions of the game. So it'd probably be something like that.
Ron, third row in the center. Dave, what do you think about the significance of this practice being here in Oakland as opposed to San Francisco, and the HBCU game, given the context of the history of all the great black athletes who come from Oakland specifically?
Yeah. I thought it was, a great idea, especially with what's happening with the professional teams in Oakland right now. Growing up close by here, driving by and looking at, the Coliseum and seeing Oracle and seeing how dead it is, and there was so much energy in it when I was a kid with the Raiders, the A's, the Warriors being here, concerts, and one mixtape tour coming through here, the Globetrotters. Like, I remember a lot about this parking lot. So one of the first things I asked when I got here was, like, are they doing Saturday night at Oracle? Like, just because I would have loved to see that energy be here, with the professional sports being taken away. So for us to be able to come here and do the practice for the HBCU game being here, like you said, especially with how rich our history is with, African-American athletes, I'm happy that they kind of took this stance and came this direction with it because, I think the city needs this type of energy, and if All-Star Weekend is going to be here, I thought this was a great opportunity to do something like this.
Who was your favorite athlete growing up from Oakland?
My favorite athlete growing up from Oakland was a guy named Paul Marigny. P40. Yeah, see, they know. Oakland people know, but obviously we knew of the Gary Paytons and Jason Kidds and Brian Shaws and, everybody that was extremely successful, but I had the opportunity to be right there on Paul. So, I saw him in the neighborhood. I saw him go to college and play well in college and play overseas, and I also knew him. So, he was a guy that I felt like he had an opportunity to be me before I became me in the NBA from Oakland. So, I would say him.
Thank you. Marcus, over here.
Dame, you've seen so much happen in this arena. You've been here for games.
Yeah.
What's a moment that stands out just being here? You had big games. You came here for a game. Like, having grown up here, what's a moment in this arena that stands out to you?
When I walked in this morning, I came in through like the tunnel, and we walked past where the locker room used to be at when I was a kid. And I turned to somebody and I was like, when I was younger, the Warriors team was so bad that me and my brother used to walk through the tunnel, walk in the back, eat food in the media room. Now that I'm in the NBA, I know it was the media room. So it was like hot dogs and sodas and all that. And we used to eat in the media room and then walk out where the players walked out at. And we'd just stand there and they'd be coming out of the locker room and we getting autographs, walking up to their cars, and it's just like, how was we ever able to do that? You know what I'm saying? So that's one memory that I don't think I'll ever forget, especially today, walking in and like seeing that exact spot. So that's kind of unforgettable for me.
Tim, middle.
Dave, obviously it's a different format. It's an unusual format, and you guys have the semifinal against the team that is not supposed to win.
Yeah.
Easy do you think that will be for them from there's no pressure on us standpoint, and when you guys feel a little pressure of facing NBA players in a game of 40, knowing you have to win or else?
I mean, I think that's probably why they put this type of format in, to kind of heighten that sense of pride and like not wanting to be on the wrong end of that. So, I mean, we'll see. I think one thing about a team full of young players is they're going to come out there and they're going to play with some energy. They're going to play fast, and I think that'll probably heighten the competition. So we'll see.
Fourth row in the middle. Go ahead. Go right here.
Dane, what do you think of the Super Bowl performance from Kendrick and just having that kind of rap on that kind of stage?
I mean, I appreciated it, you know, being a huge Kendrick fan, being from the West Coast, and an artist myself, you know, I just appreciated it from an artist standpoint. And not many rappers get to, you know, grace that stage and get on that type of platform. So, you know, I was happy for him and excited to see it.
Over here, fourth row. Go ahead.
You just released with Adidas all-time classic shoe, the Adidas Superstar, with your own brand name, Game Time. What does that mean to you to be able to be this position, such an old school shoe, released with your brand?
I mean, it was an honor for me just because you don't see a lot of collabs like that. And for me, somebody that's, you know, I'm connected to original things. You know, I like original songs, you know, that get sampled after a long time. You know, I'm a fan of the original NBA, you know, just back in that a more thorough era of things. So for me to be able to have that collab, you know, on a Superstar, on a shell toe, and then have a whole rollout and event behind it, I always look at things like that as a big sign of respect, you know, and a big sign of love. So the fact that I was able to do that with Adidas after, you know, this a long partnership, it was an honor for me, and you know, I was just excited to see people be excited about it. So being at this stage in my career and being able to hold on to these types of experiences, I think it just makes it more special.
On your right, third row.
If I could give my 12-year-old self some advice, I would tell young Dame to just be a better listener. And I said this to some high school students at my school the other day. You always think you know more than you know. And as time goes by, you look back and you realize you didn't really know anything. And even now, you know, I'm 34 years old, and I'm sure in a couple years I'll look back and think I knew more than I actually knew. So you constantly, in life, you always evolving, you always learning. And if you don't listen, it just makes that harder. And as a 12-year-old, you know, I thought I listened, but if I would have listened more and listened better, I feel like I wouldn't have had to go through some of the things that I did go through. And you know, that process is just better, you know, not just in sports, but in life, if you just, you know, just keep your ears open and listen. So that would be the number one thing I would tell myself.
Last two, Ryan and then Jeff.
Dame, you were asked earlier about Oakland, but it's still just a goodwill gesture. Do you see anything in the future for Oakland to try to get back to some prominence, given the fact that Oakland really doesn't have anything right now going on?
Yeah, I mean, I hope so. You know, it's not looking good. You know, I think it's still fresh. The Raiders been in Vegas a couple years. This past season was the last one here for the A's. The Warriors been in San Francisco, 4 or 5 years now. So I think it's still fresh, and it's hard to see where it goes from here. You know, how do you recreate that? And, how do you bring that type of life back into the city? But you know, hopefully we can find it someplace. You know, it's something that I've been looking into, not just for sports, but how do you bring some type of positivity back into Oakland, and you know, just find ways to still lift people up, because I feel like having 3 major sports teams here, regardless of you a major sports fan or not, you know, it's something positive that people in this city could connect to and have as an experience, you know, right here in our backyard. So I'm really not sure, but hopefully we can all, you know, come together and try to figure out a way to, you know, continue to bring positive things to the city of Oakland.
Last one, Jeff on the left.
Damian, in the great three-point debate of 2025, where do you stand? Too many threes, not enough threes, and what has the three-point shot done for your career?
I think the three-point shot for my career has made my career great, because I think I'm one of the best at it, and it was that way when I stepped foot into the league. I think as a league now, we look so deep into analytics, and you know, you hear people saying out loud like, we want a 3 or a layup. Don't you shooting too many mid-range jumpers? You know, you hear that, and I think it just it takes away the originality of the game. I would say, you know, it's meant to be played at 3 levels. It's meant to be played a certain way. But, you know, it's a copycat league that we play in, you know, and you can't have everybody playing one way, and that's a successful way, and you playing a different way. You gotta get in line with what's working to win. And right now, that's what it is. But I don't think that it's making it a bad game. I just think, you know, you get a few people with a platform saying it, and then everybody just jump on board and start saying it. But I think, you know, obviously the game could be cleaned up in a few ways. But I don't think it's just on shooting too many threes.
Thank you.
Hey, it's your Warriors hype man Franco Finn here for Bay Area Sports Rap. Please give us a like and subscribe to Bay Area Sports Rap's YouTube channel.